I cannot emphasize this enough. Sunscreen is your #1 anti-aging product. Hi, everybody out there in internet land.
Welcome to Skin Deep with Dr. Amy Miller.
I'm Dr. Amy Miller. I'm medical director and owner of St. Louis Skin Solutions here in St. Louis, Missouri.
And I'm Megan. I'm Dr. Amy's trusty CEO, and I'm here sometimes, or the other location sometimes.
In Dardine Prairie sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yes. So before we start, we have to talk about our wine. And once again, this is how the girls talked me into doing this silly podcast, is they promised that I could have wine. So what are we drinking today, Megan?
Today we are drinking a Josh Cellars Pinot Grigio from California, vintage 2023. So this is a lovely light drinker, lovely on the back deck. It is lovely with some salmon, which you don't eat.
I do too eat salmon.
I thought you were off salmon for a while.
I was for a while.
Okay.
Growing up in Seattle, that's all we ate was salmon.
Seafood, shrimp, a little light charcuterie board. This is lovely with that.
All right.
So that's
cheers.
our cheers for today.
Cheers. Okay. But what are we really talking about today?
I think today we're going to talk about Skincare 101.
Oh, my favorite
topic.
So when I first opened Skin Solutions 20 plus years ago, we won't talk about the exact number there, but one of the first things I did was write up a Skincare 101 for patients to explain why skincare is important. And I like to think of it this way. You go to the dentist every 6 months for your cleanings, right?
Yep.
You try to. But in between those 6 months, you brush and floss on a pretty regular basis.
Hopefully.
I would hope you would not think about never brushing your teeth and going to the dentist every 6 months and thinking that the dentist is going to fix everything. That's kind of how skincare works. You have to do a routine and take care of your skin every day, and then you can invest in treatments and other things, because that will only add to your outcome. But if you're just doing treatments without brushing and flossing every day, it's not going to get you very far.
So the math person in the room, the business person in the room, likes to talk about this as our 80-20 rule. 80% of what happens at home, and 20% is what's going to happen in office, at the dentist, eye doctor.
Absolutely. Right. So protect your investment. If you're going to be doing treatments for your skin, you got to do a regular routine at home. And there are 2 caveats with that, or 2 things that are the most important that you must do. You must do a sunscreen in the morning and a retinol at night. If you're not doing that, we might as well just give up now.
Well, you also have to wash your face. So I'm going to throw that third one in there. You do have to wash. You got to get the grime off. You got to get the makeup off. No going to bed with your makeup on.
Well, this is true.
You know, you got to wash your face too.
I was trying to simplify it.
Well, could we have 3?
Yes. Okay, so caveat. Cleanse,
protect,
add an antioxidant, and then protect. So why do you need an antioxidant, you ask? Well, one of the things with aging, we call it extrinsic aging, is aging that is caused by outside things, not by our genes or our general health, but from sunlight, pollution, whatnot. So sunlight, UV light creates damage in the DNA. Pollution creates oxygen-free radicals, which go in and damage the DNA, which can all lead to unhealthy skin and even skin cancer. So an antioxidant is important to reduce that. But if you're not putting your sunscreen on, then you might as well not bother with any of it, in my opinion.
I hear you. So can we start for a novice? Where are we going to start? What conversation are we going to have in that initial consultation with a brand new to medical grade skincare to medical grade treatments? What are we going to talk to them about in a consultation about what they need and what they should take home?
Okay, so let's start with cleansing, because the skin is an organ just like any other organ in our body. It has a function, it metabolizes things, it creates waste. So you have to cleanse first thing in the morning to get all the debris, all the sebum, all the gunk off that your skin has excreted during the night. Okay, now that only makes sense. And then you have to wash it again in the evening because who knows what you've come across during your day out, especially with pollution, if you live in a city. Even if you're out in the rural areas, who knows what, dirt, whatever, getting on the skin, causing issues. So you do definitely need to cleanse twice a day. I want to put a little note in here too about the difference between over-the-counter skincare and medical-grade skincare.
Great.
I really think you need to think of medical-grade skincare as prescription skincare. You can get stuff over-the-counter. You can get
Sephora, Ulta, Target, anything you like.
But if you're having any issues or you want to take it to the next level and get even healthier skin, a medical grade prescription strength skincare is the way to go. And those you can only get through physicians' offices.
Correct. If you go somewhere to a med spa or a day spa and they don't have a physician grade skincare, they don't actually have a physician on board.
Right.
So everything that we sell here at St. Louis Skin Solutions has to have Dr. Miller's license attached to our account in order for us to take orders or to get orders into the practice. So we brought in a couple that we want to chat about. Why these three? So we've got the Barrier Pro from Color Science, we've got the Ultra Gentle Cleanser from Face Reality, and we have the Prelude from Hydrinity. Three of our favorite brands that we love to use. We're not a one size fits all. Not everybody's going to want the same exact cleanser, sunscreen, or anything like that. Everybody's skin is different and their needs are different. All those things. So talk to me a little bit about these three cleansers and why we chose them.
Okay, so first and foremost, the Hydrinity. This is the one I use, and I actually alternate it with another one we don't have on here. But that's another point is you don't want to use the same thing over and over and over again. It's like shampoo and conditioner. If you use it over and over and over, your hair gets dull, your scalp gets clogged. So you need to mix it up every once in a while. So having said that, sometimes it's nice to have two different cleansers.
Agreed. I have two at my house too.
Yes, so I have this by my sink for the morning, and I have the Elastin cleanser in my shower.
We have the same exact cleanser routine.
Okay, all right. So Hydrinity is a nice kind of middle of the road. It's not too harsh, but it's actually getting you clean. You feel clean afterwards, but you don't have that tight feeling. The Face Reality, this is a great one for any of our acneiform patients or teenagers who are dealing with acne. It's gentle but enough to clean without aggravating the inflammation that might be there.
My girls who are both in their mid-20s, they both use this one. And one is acne prone and one is not, but they both really like the way that cleans their skin.
It feels, yes. And this is a good price point too.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, Color Science. So their Barrier Pro one-step cleanser, fabulous cleanser. I haven't used it myself. What do you?
I've used it. It's a nice little gentle cleanser. I don't feel like it penetrates my skin well enough. So somebody who has a little less rough skin than me, it's probably a great cleanser for them.
Okay.
All right.
Moving on. So now we've cleansed our face. Next step, some type of antioxidant, preferably one with multiple antioxidants in it.
Why is that important?
Well, like I was saying before, it helps neutralize the ROSs, the reactive oxygen species that are created when we come into contact with UV light or pollution or whatnot. Those things go around, scavenge the electrons from other molecules in our skin, breaking down collagen, breaking down DNA, altering DNA, leading to disease and cancer.
So when I think of an antioxidant, pre-med spa life, I thought of orange juice.
Right. So vitamin C is probably the best known antioxidant, and it's a very effective antioxidant. So vitamin C, orange juice, morning, it helps you remember to put it on in the morning, right?
Right.
And it doesn't hurt that this one's orange, because that helps me remember.
Yep.
And this vitamin C smells very nice.
It smells like oranges.
It smells like oranges.
Very citrusy.
It's luxurious to put it on. The Hydrinity vitamin C has, 11 other antioxidants in it that work synergistically together to neutralize those ROSs. So, once again, I alternate, and these are the two I alternate between.
Me too. My daughters have actually been using this one since they were 14.
Yeah.
They love this one, and I love them both. So I one day on of each one, and then I go back and forth between the two
Now,
of them.
one of your daughters has very, very sensitive skin.
She does. And this is the only vitamin C she can put on. So Andrea, who actually works for us, this is the only vitamin C she has ever been able to tolerate with her very, very sensitive skin.
Right.
Alicia, her sister, can use anything on her skin. Her skin's more like mine.
So some people with sensitive skin, especially high percentages of vitamin C, can be irritating to them. So that's why this one is so nice. It's gentle.
It is.
And it's hydrating.
I have a girlfriend that used just this. She'd never used any medical grade skincare before. Jess, who does our cookbooks for the weight loss girls.
Right.
She used only this, and the change in her skin after one bottle of this was just absolutely incredible. Like, and you could totally see it on pictures.
And that's a good point. It's brightening too.
Yep.
That antioxidant. So it helps if you're getting some age spots or even some melasma, any kind of pigmentary issues. It does help with that.
Perfect. All right. Moving on. The next thing we want to talk about throughout the day is what we're going to put on next.
Sunscreen. This is the most important step of all. You must protect your skin against UV light. UV light, if you remember from high school physics, the electromagnetic spectrum. Does that ring a bell, anyone? Anyways, those are wavelengths of energy. And am I getting too nerdy?
I love it. I love your nerdiness.
Okay,
it
well,
just makes me giggle, though.
Just real quick. So on that spectrum, you have the really short wavelengths and the really long wavelengths. And both of those are very, very bad for our DNA. It breaks the bonds between our DNA. And then when they're broken and they reestablish all cattywampus, and then that can lead to skin cancer. So ultraviolet light is at the extreme end. Gamma rays, X-rays are at the other extreme end. We know those are bad and can cause cancer. And if you remember, now I'm showing my age, but back in the day when microwaves first came out, I'm that old.
Me too.
And we wondered if you stood too close, would it cause cancer?
We weren't supposed to be in the kitchen when the microwave was running.
Right.
Yep, absolutely.
And then cell phones, you got brain tumors because you held it to your
ear.
So we all know that's not true now, but we didn't at the time because we knew certain wavelengths do cause cancer.
Right.
So UV light causes cancer. So I cannot emphasize this enough. Sunscreen is your #1 anti-aging product.
Is it a one and done? Like I put it on at 7 in the morning and then I'm good for the rest of the day until I go to bed?
No, and that's a common mistake. And the other common thing I hear is, "Oh, I got protection in my makeup." Wrong. Sunscreen is good for 3, maybe 4 hours. It oxidizes over time. It becomes less effective. If you're out and about, you need to reapply. And if you're spending a day at the beach, you definitely need to reapply multiple times. Or if you're out golfing or whatnot, you need to reapply because it has a short window of time that it works. Now you would think in this modern day and age, we put a man on the moon. Geez, can't we figure out a sunscreen that lasts? Yeah, they are out there, but they clog you up. They're bad for your skin. They don't work. So we don't really have a good answer for that. So the answer right now is reapply.
Perfect. All right, now we've protected ourselves, and now we're going to take a little leap to the end of our day.
Okay, so that was your morning routine. So you're coming home, it's time for bed. What do? Well, you cleanse.
Correct. Same cleansers that we showed earlier.
And girls, take your makeup off. Please take your makeup off. Never sleep in your makeup. Never, never. Always cleanse it off. And then use your cleanser of choice that we talked about. And then what do?
Well, we're going to get something that's going to help with some cellular turnover as we sleep.
All right. So what do we have? The retinols?
We got some retinols here.
Right.
So I have the Retizome.
Oh, perfect.
Which is, I like this one. This is on my shelf. It's one of the ones, actually all 3 of these are on my shelf at home, if I can be honest. But I really like this one because for me, I have super, super dry skin, and this has a little bit more moisture to it than either of the other two. So for me, I feel like I don't get that kind of redness from it. And I pull red anyway. So for me, this right now is my winning favorite.
And that one's nice because it does. It actually gets transformed into the active ingredient once it's down in the dermis, so it's not irritating the epidermis.
Right.
So let's talk real quick about retinols, vitamin A, retinoids. These are probably second to sunscreen only as the next best anti-aging. product out there because it's one of the few things that we know that you can put on top on the stratum corneum, which is a thick, many layers of dead skin cells, and it can penetrate through all that and get to the dermis. And it acts like a key in a lock on the fibroblast cell. The fibroblast cells, which make our collagen, make our elastin, make our glycosaminoglycans, which is the filler between all those molecules, it directly stimulates those fibroblasts like a key in a lock. So we're getting more collagen, we're getting a thicker dermis, but it's also increasing the epidermal turnover. So we're thinning out that stratum corneum. We're getting nice, thin, compact dead cells instead of layers and layers of old, rough, cruddy old dead cells. So we're thinning it out, we're compacting it, we're making it more efficient. So when people say, oh, don't use Retin-A, it thins your skin, they're talking about the epidermis. Yeah, but most of us need that thinned out because we're dry and we're flaky. It's old dead skin cells anyways. It thickens the dermis, and that's where the money is. So sunscreen, retinol, my two favorite things in the world. The problem with retinols, and especially the retinoids, the prescription strength vitamin A's, is that they irritate the epidermis. You can get really dry, really red. It can be very irritating. And when I used to prescribe those medications, people would just stop using them because it was so irritating.
Right.
And then they're not getting any Retin-A. So I like the retinols because they're gentler, and many of them, like the Retizome, do not get converted to their active form until they're down in the dermis. So you skip all that epidermal irritation. So I alternate this one with the elastin one. I love the elastin one. I feel like this one's a little stronger. I will occasionally get a little drier with this. So I'm probably using this like 4 or 5 times a week and this a couple times a week.
Yep.
And then the Alpha Red is also a nice retinol. It is moisturizing as well, and it has some antioxidants in there, so you can have that working during the night as well.
Yep.
You only apply these at night. If you put them on in the morning, they make you more sun sensitive. So don't do it.
Yep. All right, here we go. Moving on. We got all this stuff. We love Skincare 101. It's kind of our favorite adventure.
We're kind of skincare
now,
junkies.
We've got, the next step that we've got some specific area treatments that we're going to talk about. I think we're going to start with eyes.
Okay.
So eyes are my biggest problem.
Mine too.
And I think a lot of women, they are, especially as we age.
And there comes a time when Botox helps, but it doesn't cut it.
Well, and I had that bad reaction to fillers several years ago where I had a very bad reaction to a filler we no longer carry in this office. And we fought a poof for 7 years.
Yeah. Yep.
And so, for me, a great eye cream is
so important.
So important.
Eyelid skin is the thinnest skin in our body. So when you think of it that way, it needs the most help because it has the least amount of collagen, least amount of elastin going into the aging process. You don't have a lot of collagen in the bank.
Well, and the lymph nodes are way up here where it drains is above the under eye. So like to get that lymphatic drainage, to get rid of that puffiness,
it helps to have a good eye cream.
Exactly.
And help to do that lymphatic drainage.
Exactly.
So these are the two. I guess we chose these because these are the two I use.
Well, they're the two I use. So I actually just finished this. I just started on this guy the other day. And I love the feel of both of them. They're very silky. They're luxurious. There's no smell to them, which I personally love that in my eye creams or my skincare in general. I don't like a strong perfume in my...
You know what else I hate is when you put all your night stuff on and then you wash your face in the morning and you can feel it all come off.
Yeah.
Like it didn't absorb. And neither of those do that with me.
Or going to bed, like I use a silk pillowcase, obviously because have you met my hair? My pillowcase doesn't get tacky.
Right. So it absorbs well. It's gentle on the eye area. Generally, don't use your facial product in the eye area. It's too strong. That skin is too delicate. It's too thin. You do need an eye cream. A little caveat, they do make neck creams. Neck skin is the second thinnest skin in the body. So You can put your eye cream on your neck or your neck cream on your eyes.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, save a
That's a
little.
little tidbit I didn't know until today. Look
Absolutely.
at that. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, two more things that we're going to talk about after that one.
So a good moisturizer is necessary. It protects the barrier, it protects the epidermis, because if the epidermis is not working, we're in a world of trouble. The epidermis is meant to keep things out and keep the things out that need to be out and keep the things in that need to be in. So we need a good, strong, healthy barrier. And so these are two different moisturizers that can help with that without being too heavy or occluding.
Right.
So my favorite is the Elastin.
I do love the Elastin. It's a great fall spring for me. The trio is just that much heavier that for times when it's this dry, I need something a little bit thicker.
You know, I have some trio at home. I need to start using it because, I'm getting
so,
dry.
It's so dry right now that this
That's a
really
very good point.
has been, I love this. I love the light sheerness of it. This is a great like fall spring for me. Summer, winter, I gotta go
A little more protective.
a little more protective, a little bit heavier. But again, they've both got a place on my shelf.
Right. Exactly.
Right? So it's not
hard to choose just one.
It is hard to choose just one because they have different purposes.
Right. Exactly.
All right. The last thing I want to talk about, I got to actually get up because I can't reach them because my pile over here is growing, is a couple things for our kiddos or our friends with acne or anything like that. I love this Face Reality line. I was just introduced to it a couple of years ago. So here's just 3 of the little things that we carry. I'll put this guy against our wine bottle. From Face Reality. So talk to me a little bit about what's great about these and who's going to use these kinds of things.
So I have 3 sons. They are 26, 24, and 20, and they all use Face Reality. It's a great line for those who are acneiform or prone to acne. It's gentle, but it's strong.
Yeah.
It's like a gymnast. It's gentle and flows, but it's very, very strong. So your teenagers, your young 20-something, even your older patients that have hormonal type acne, this is an excellent way to go. And of course, we have the little patches, which are so popular. And these have salicylic in them, and that helps penetrate into the skin and helps decrease the sebum production in that particular pore, that particular area.
Very cool. Then we've got the sulfur spot treatment. What's that for?
Once again, so the sulfur acts almost like an antibiotic, and you can spot treat on the active, inflamed, infected pimples.
Because we don't want to pick, we want to treat.
Exactly.
Bingo.
And I have 2 pimples right now, and I popped one, and I left the other alone. The popped one is still there and angry and pissed off.
Yeah.
And the one I left alone is fading away nicely. And, I know that. I know it.
Right.
I still did it.
Yeah.
I can't.
So there's a myth out there that I've heard that things like mandelic, salicylic are bad for kiddos or grown-ups or whoever with acne.
What?
Yeah, because it's too stripping. Can you get rid of that myth for me?
Too stripping?
Yeah.
Well, Cleopatra used to bathe in sour milk and other things because of the lactic acids and the acids that were in there that help exfoliate her. So the reason salicylic is great is it can penetrate the sebum. Sebum is that oily substance that our skin produces, and we got a lot of sebocytes or sebum-producing cells on our face and our scalp. So the salicylic can penetrate through there and help loosen it up and exfoliate and get the goop out of there. It doesn't strip the stratum corneum away.
Right.
It penetrates down. The same with mandelic. It's a different type of acid. It's from apples, if I believe.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
I think you're correct.
I might be wrong on that. But it's another gentle kind of exfoliating acid. It's not stripping the oils out. It's penetrating through the oils.
What I love about this line is over at our Garden Prairie location, Kim, our nurse practitioner, treated a young gentleman, probably in his late 20s, early 30s, paramedic, works midnights in the city. Nice young man. And she did a Vizia skin analysis on him and sent him home for 30 days with just skincare. He came back and his inflammation was down by 60%. He was starting to see some resurfacing just on skincare alone. Nothing else. They hadn't done any treatments.
Right.
And just being able to see that with the commitment to take care of their face and their skin makes a big difference.
It's gratifying.
It is gratifying, right? And for him, I was like, how do you feel? And he's like, it's incredible. Like, my face has never been this calm. It was just, it's just really,
it's
it
nice.
really is, it really does make a difference. And we have tools that we can show you at your baseline, a Vizia skin analysis, and then at 30 days or 90 days, we can do another one when you've done either your treatments or you've done that round of skincare and show you exactly what's improved in your skin.
And how you're coming along.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. It's a lifetime commitment, but we can show great strides. And we have tools to do that here.
And the other thing is you need to have that in place, because if you eventually need an antibiotic or need Accutane or some sort of oral vitamin A, which has its own whole host of side effects that we can talk about at a later date, but you may be able to avoid that with a good skincare routine.
Right.
And it will only enhance any results you get with your prescriptions.
Yeah, I was in a consultation and I had a woman come in and you know, we talked about treatment. She's like, well, I just will never wear sunscreen. And I said, then I'm not selling you this package.
Yeah, we can't treat you.
You're not going to get the results that you deserve if you're not going to protect your investment.
Right. All our treatments here are to stimulate your body to make new collagen, make new elastin. If you're going out and breaking it down, it's 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. We're going to just stay in place. And then you're going to be upset with us because nothing's working.
Correct.
So we've learned over time that if you can't commit to at least daily sunscreen, that you may not be the right fit for our practice.
That's right. And that's okay.
Yeah, and that's okay. Yeah.
That's okay. All right. Well, Skincare 101. If you have questions, you can email us at info@stlouisskin.com. You can call us at 314-394-3915, or you can hit us up on our socials.